There is currently no light in Lagos, and reports are that the national grid is down. You can see the environment. All you see is just the street lights. The street lights are on and reflecting on this camera. This is 6 a.m. in the morning, and you can see people are just indoors without any light. No light to charge your phones, no light to do your stuff, iron your clothes, to power your refrigerator for those that do business with refrigerator. Fuel is approximately 600 naira, and this is the reality of the Nigerian that we face. Just look at community. There is no light in this community. Reports we have is that the national grid is down, and as a matter of fact, in this century, we know that the issue of electricity has been resolved hundreds of years ago, so we don't have to start discovering how to generate electricity. Nigeria has all that it takes to give itself 24-hour supply, light electricity supply. Since the inception of this country, we have found it difficult to fix power in Nigeria, and the same leaders that have been in the corridor of power, those that are still there promising that they are going to fix the country, fix the economy, fix the lives of Nigerians. Is it not pathetic? Is it not an irony that the same leaders that destroyed Nigeria are the ones still there, appointing themselves, grooming their children to take over from them, and still put Nigerians in perpetual economic bondage? Imagine, in this 21st century, we cannot have stable power supply. Government comes and go with propaganda just to find themselves, just to put themselves at the corridor of power at any cost. What will be the explanation from the Minister of Power that we have always one excuse that the national grid is down? For instance, if you have a business and you put somebody in charge and that person keeps on giving you excuses, won't you fire that person? Well, you see a government that they play politics with religion and ethnicity, political alliance against the interest of the people. You cannot leave a minister of power in that position when the national grid collapse every AK market day, just like every week it must collapse. Nigerians are used to not having light. You can see other countries, they make mockery of Nigeria because they know that this is a country that survives on generator. The Western world produce these generators and they send it back to Nigeria. They don't use it. Everything about Nigeria is just a mystery. I don't know when we're going to get it better. Well, the people that are Nigerians deserves the leaders they get. When it's time for elections, you see them, they vote the same people in power and expect magic, a different result. It is not possible. You cannot vote the same people that have put you in bondage, that have lied to you, that have put you in perpetual slavery, you and your children and your generation, because of they are from a certain ethnic city, or they are a certain religion. You cannot. The problem of the Nigerian man is illiteracy, ignorance. That's why politicians can come and tell you anything, lie, just to stay in power and have access to the nation's treasury. So what will be the explanation for over 23 years of democracy? We have not been able to fix power. Why can't we flush all these people out of that place? If you have been at the corridor of power, whether it is Peter Obi, whether it is Tinubu, whether it is Atiku, we don't need this crop of politicians. They have bad luck. They cannot give Nigerians the dividends of democracy. Let's flush them out. Look at what is happening. The 44-year-old president, imagine in Senegal, can see how vibrant that country is. But we have a country whereby excuses. Most times, you don't have access to ask questions, freedom of information, or investigate some of the reasons why this national grid do collapse. Electricity boards, electricity companies, gencos, discos, they have all hidden information about their activities. They don't give you access at all. Access at all, how they carry out their activities, how they spend the funds that is available to them, how they distribute the lighting, how the metering, and all the in fact, I'm just short of words. Now, tomorrow, somebody will come and say, yes, vote for a particular party, vote for competence, renewed hope, vote for capacity, while Nigeria is in darkness. Imagine, just look at it. And so, let's still keep on praying for God to do a miracle. Over there in the UK, you don't see people pray for electricity. It is a thing that has been solved by man. But here we have so much prayers, so much religious people who pray for everything. Pray for light, pray for good governance, pray for this, that, and that, and we keep deceiving ourselves and call ourselves the giant of Africa. If we like, let us open our eyes and take our destinies in our hands and stop all this sentiment. I see them as sentiment. What is the explanation now? What is the explanation? Why is there no light in Nigeria? Why is there blackout? National grid collapse. Can't we fix them? Despite the fact that our electricity, the power in Nigeria has been distributed amongst all these our political failures that have been failing. Yet, there's nothing that they were able to fix in their lifetime. Since the inception of independence, all the leaders have failed. For over 60 years, they have not been able to fix Nigeria. Not that we are expected to invent anything. We just have natural resources that we can use to attract development. But yet, they steal this natural resource and the country just, it tire me. No light, people that do business, they power their business on gen. If you are into drinks, you sell drinks and other things. There's nothing. Where I am is just a ghost town. You can only see through the street lights. That's what can help us or propel us to see. And look at the houses we don't have. Just hear the sound of generator. What can help us see is the street lights. And you can see we are like in a ghost town. People are just indoors. This is few minutes after 6 in the morning, and there's no light. Most times you need the light from your phone to assess your movement anywhere you're going. I believe Nigerians are comfortable with the situation that they find themselves in. Some people, they believe that it is better for them, their children, and generations not to get good governance than any other person apart from their tribe get there. Goes down, because shops, no light. All you can see is the street lights. Somebody said, instead of Peter B being the president and do good and make Nigeria better, I prefer to suffer under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So sometimes you don't pity for Nigerians because they deserve the leaders they get. If they really want good governance, they would do what is necessary. They will do the right thing. They will not be swayed by any of the gimmicks of these politicians. During the elections, people sold their birthright, and there are people that are more religious, as it were, sold their birthright, collected money for votes. That's the reality of Nigeria. So there's no light everywhere, no light. Somebody said Americans will wake up every morning and say, God bless America. But how will you say God bless America? Or how will you say God bless Nigeria when the basic things that the government should have done, they won't do it? The provisions are made. They pass budget. At the end of the day, they don't deliver. Nothing. They don't deliver anything. Some people even look for alternatives. Nigerians provide themselves water, provide themselves electricity, even look for alternatives. They use solar. So some houses that you see have light. It's a lot of solar electricity. So other people that can't afford, you can see everywhere is dark. Sometimes you have to sleep outside and not stay inside your room so as to avoid the heat from killing you. This is the reality we have in Nigeria today. I'm not calling on any government to. Universities, projects have profiled the solution Nigeria needs when it comes to electricity over 50 years. Our graduates, professors, ministers of powers have given the solution. So we are not here to advise the government on what to do. They know what to do. Just that corruption have eaten into the system, entitlement have eaten the system, that if one person wants to do the right thing, they are going to expose the others for the wrongdoings that they have been doing over the years. You can see, just like a ghost town when you watch movies, it's just like a ghost town. The reality of Nigeria, just like a ghost town. If I go to other communities now, I just decided to take a walk, and let's see for ourselves. Man, Nigeria. The place I'm going to enter now might be worse, but I might not want to get there. This early morning, sometimes your security needs to be very conscious of your security. There are people that might be on the way to ask questions and harass you and take your belongings. So we know those areas, they are no-go areas. But this particular area, when you have the view of that area, you see that Nigeria is just another, no light. When you call the Minister of Power, they'll start speaking BB grammar. At the end of the day, we are on it. Scam. That's where they scam Nigerians. We are on it. For over 60 years, they are still on it. How will you be on something over 60 years at the end of the day? You can't. What pains me is that the next time there's an election, people will come out and vote for these same people. This shows that if it's not just lunacy, you can see this area. If it's not just lunacy, there's a demonic possession on Nigerians to keep on supporting these people in government. There's a curse, there's a spell casted on Nigerians. You can see a whole community, no light. You can see the light of Okada, buses, and that's what you see. The whole community, no light. This is 620, and I hope the government sees this. This is the reality, and these are what sane Nigerians think. They think that they don't have what it takes to fix the country because I think their political will is not there anymore. They are restricted by so many things, so many factors from doing what is right. There are so many alliances that we don't want to make them do what is right. So we don't think that they can fix the country. We are just waiting for an opportunity to flush them, all of them, every single one of them, out of power, so that at least the country called Nigeria can have a taste of good leadership, accountable leadership, accountable. When you ask for investigation into the activities of these power companies, electricity distribution companies, you don't have access. They start playing politics because they have skeletons, so many skeletons in their cupboard. So many skeletons in their cupboard. National grid is down, so that's the update. National grid everywhere. I don't know what's happening in your area, but this area, this is Ikeja, Okera, Aguda, Ogba, Lagos. This is the reality that we face today.